What if I told you that thousands of years before skyscrapers, smartphones, and hospitals, an ancient people had already mastered writing, medicine, architecture, and science? The truth is, we're living in the world ancient Egypt imagined. This is the story of how one civilization, older than memory itself, built the foundations of the modern world. And most people have no idea how deep that influence goes. Stay with us, what you'll discover next will change how you see history forever. From the way we write our names, to how we heal the sick, to the very idea of life after death, it all began in Egypt. This isn't just ancient history. It's your history. Let's start with the power of the written word. Around 3200 BC, the Egyptians developed one of humanity's first writing systems, hieroglyphics. These weren't just pretty pictures, they were a sophisticated system for recording laws, stories, and scientific knowledge. They were etched into stone monuments and, crucially, written on papyrus, the direct ancestor of the paper we use today. Think about it. Without this invention, there would be no books, no contracts, no way to preserve history. Every single word we write today carries a faint whisper of Egypt's first ink, a legacy of their desire to make ideas permanent. This was the birth of record-keeping, the foundation of all documented knowledge. Now, let's talk about building the impossible. The pyramids of Giza, still standing after 4,500 years, are more than just tombs. They are marvels of engineering that continue to baffle experts. Their construction required incredible mathematical precision, advanced logistical planning, and a deep understanding of geometry and astronomy. The perfect alignment of the Great Pyramid with the cardinal points is a testament to their genius. But their influence didn't stop at their borders. This mastery of stone and scale directly inspired the grand columns of Greece, the majestic domes of Rome, and, in a way, even the towering skyscrapers that define our modern cityscapes. The Egyptians taught the world a fundamental lesson: precision is power. They showed that with careful planning and mathematical knowledge, humanity could defy time and build for eternity. But their genius wasn't limited to stone and ink. Centuries before Hippocrates, the father of medicine, Egyptian physicians were already studying human anatomy, performing complex surgeries, and documenting their findings. The Ebers Papyrus, one of the oldest medical texts in existence, catalogs over 700 medical treatments, from setting broken bones to detailed surgical procedures. It contains prescriptions for everything from digestive ailments to depression. They understood the importance of hygiene and even used natural antiseptics like honey to treat wounds. Their knowledge extended to dentistry and even forms of birth control. These early discoveries weren't just curiosities. They formed the DNA of modern medicine, laying the groundwork for the scientific study of the human body. The rhythm of life in Egypt was dictated by one powerful force, the Nile River. It wasn't just a source of water. It was a teacher. To survive and thrive, the Egyptians had to master its annual floods. They developed sophisticated irrigation canals to channel the life-giving water to their crops, turning a desert landscape into a fertile breadbasket. To predict the floods, they created one of the world's first 365-day calendars, a system astonishingly close to our own. This deep connection to the river's cycle gave birth to the sciences of hydrology and organized agriculture. Modern farming techniques, climate science, and our entire system of timekeeping trace their roots back to the steady, predictable pulse of the Nile. Beyond the physical world, the Egyptians built an intricate spiritual universe that has echoed through the ages. Their beliefs about judgment in the afterlife, the resurrection of the soul, and the concept of an eternal life had a profound impact on later faiths. Ideas that we see in Greek philosophy, Roman traditions, and even key tenets of Christianity and Islam have parallels in ancient Egyptian theology. The scales of justice weighing a person's heart, the journey through the underworld, and the promise of a paradise, these concepts resonated across cultures. Symbols like the ankh, representing eternal life, transcended their origins to become a global emblem of spiritual power and existence. Egypt didn't just give us a way to live, it gave us a way to think about what comes next. And they did it all with style. The Egyptians were arguably the world's first fashion and beauty icons. Cosmetics weren't just for decoration, they had practical and spiritual significance. The famous kohl eyeliner, for example, helped reduce sun glare and was believed to ward off evil spirits. They used elaborate wigs, intricate jewelry, and fragrant perfumes not just to look good, but to express their identity, social status, and devotion to the gods. From skincare routines using oils and minerals to their love of linen garments perfectly suited for the hot climate, their pursuit of grace and beauty set a standard. The modern beauty culture, with its focus on self-expression and personal care, began on the banks of the Nile. So, when we look back, we see that Egypt's legacy is far more than just pyramids and mummies. From the alphabet we use, to the buildings we live in, the medicine that heals us, and the spiritual questions we ask, Egypt didn't just build monuments, it built the very framework of civilization. Every law we write, every city we plan, and every library we fill with knowledge bears the unmistakable traces of their ancient genius. They laid the cornerstones of our world. Thousands of years have passed, but the heart of Egypt still beats in every corner of our modern world. In a way, they built eternity and we are all still living inside it. If you love uncovering the hidden roots of our civilization, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because next week, we read journeying to another cradle of civilization to reveal how ancient Mesopotamia invented the world's first city. Don't miss it. History is only exciting when you see how it lives inside you.